I'm from Watsonville, California. Todd, has your mom and Mama Joyce seen each other since the wedding?
The first two, she could have did better.
And him and I are getting along.
Wait, did she say that, or you just kind of get it from the conversation?
No, she said that.
That she don't think I would make sure Riley was okay?
You hot now, but you wasn't before you met
Well,
her.
he wasn't hot before he got with you.
The production.
Because Todd, he was, part of the production prior to him.
I know you speak very negative of my child.
Well, I sure do.
And you know what? That's your prerogative.
That's right.
If you have ever seen Real Housewives of Atlanta, you already know who Mama Joyce is. If not, let's get you caught up. Kandi Burruss's mother is Joyce Jones, commonly known as Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce has been a prominent figure in Kandi Burruss's life and has appeared on the reality TV show The Real Housewives of Atlanta alongside her daughter. Their relationship at times has been a central focus of the show, with Mama Joyce having strong opinions and occasionally clashing with Kandi's enemies, her friends, and romantic partners, including her current husband, Todd Tucker. But is her toxicity deadly? Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker have had quite the roller coaster journey in the limelight. They keep us entertained as two remarkable individuals who weather the storms of fame and family, gossip and accusations, and shine through with resilience. Kandi Burruss, the singer, songwriter, and a prominent star of the hit reality TV show The Real Housewives of Atlanta, was born on May 17, 1976, to Joyce Jones and Reverend Titus Burruss in College Park, Georgia. She is the youngest of two. She had an older brother, Patrick Riley, to whom she was very close until a car crash took his life in 1991. Kandi took this hard, but she knew she had to keep going. She always enjoyed singing, but at the start, didn't know she wanted to be a singer. Believe it or not, Kandi's first dream job was an accountant. Guess that's why she's so good with money. While Burruss was not yet on the singing track, her best friend was, and asked her to audition with her for East Point's Tri-Cities Performing Arts High School. Not wanting her friend to feel alone, Kandi decided she would do it. The outcome, however, was bittersweet, as the friend did not get accepted to the school, but Kandi did. This, she says, changed her life. She was around people who honed their performing arts skills, and she had never been in a space like that before. Exploring the new school environment, she met Tamika Tucker, and the two became fast friends. Tamika's older sister, Latasha, was also a singing student at the school, but didn't want to sing with the little girls. One day during an activity, a teacher switched Latasha from her usual group to the group with Kandi, Tammy, and another student, Tamira Coggins. The group of young ladies wowed the audience. Since then, they started providing sweet melodious music to our ears. As the group branched out, they felt something was missing. Tamika knew someone who would fit right in. She brought in Tamika Tiny Cottle to audition, and while they may have hazed her a little bit, she fit the bill and won the spot. The girls were getting attention-winning talent shows, and Kandi knew if they could be signed, they couldn't be stopped. They got so popular, they were even chosen to perform at BET's 1992 Teen Summit and even acquired a manager. Now, I know you're wondering why we tally 5 members when currently it is only 4. Well, Tamira's involvement was short-lived, as it was rumored the new manager, Ian Burke, said she wasn't a good singer. With that, no love was lost, and Jermaine Dupri signed the young ladies to his recording label, So Def Recordings. Still in high school, the group was on the Billboard 200 charts, had gone certified platinum, and even had their music featured in top movies. The spotlight has not been without issues for Xscape. The first was when Latasha Scott left the group the first time to pursue a solo career. Keep in mind, Latasha already had an opinion about being a part of the group. So with the fame of Xscape already in motion, she decided to ride the wave. However, it didn't pan out into gold, and this was the first time she came back to the group. And this was the first time she returned to the group. While they were performing and doing shows, things were not like when they started, and the ladies eventually drifted apart. At a point, stopped speaking to each other due to some tea spilled among members. The group was no longer grouping, and everyone took to other things. Kandi focused on producing music and songwriting, writing for some of the biggest names in the industry, such as Destiny's Child and Pink. She was not alone, as she and friend from the group Tiny Cottle wrote No Scrubs for TLC. After much success as a producer and writer, Kandi decided to try her hand at singing again, but this time she was going to try solo. Her album Hey Kandi did land 2 songs on the Billboard charts, but not going as high as the group's numbers. Not one to get down on herself, Burris continued writing and in 2000 was the first African-American woman to win the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers Songwriter of the Year award. Kandi continued to utilize her time, taking on various adventures, from podcasts, adult toys, and her most famous to date, star of a reality show. In 2009, Kandi joined the cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which was only in its 2nd season at the time. Kandi didn't seem to miss the singing life too much and was blowing up as Atlanta's favorite housewife, while she wasn't quite a wife yet. She did, however, have a daughter, Riley, from a previous relationship with Block Entertainment's Russell Block Spencer. Real Housewives was a big franchise, and Kandi made close connections and major beefs. One of the biggest was with Kim Zolciak. The ladies started off as friends and even decided to write a song together. However, that put their friendship on a crash course, never to fully recover. In 2011, Season 4, The Real Housewives of Atlanta went to South America, and along with the beauty of the atmosphere, the beauty of Kandi caught a certain producer's eye, and that producer was Todd Tucker. Todd was born to Sharon Tucker on August 4, 1973, an only child. He and his mother were all each other had, so this made them extremely close. His best friend, Todd called her. Outside of this, not much is known about his upbringing, but when Todd met Kandi, he was already a name to recognize in the entertainment industry. He had done production for big movies and shows like Thinner, Run's House, and The Piano Lesson. He even had production credits for Oprah behind the scenes. When Todd and Kandi started just kicking it, they had to keep it quiet because contract policies require that production and cast members keep it professional. But when Kandi felt they were getting serious, she made it known that she was ready for a serious relationship. Making the sacrifice for love, Todd quit as a producer. He says people told him he was crazy to quit his job for a relationship, but Kandi promised they would not only survive, but thrive. And thrive they have. But the relationship has not been without its troubles. The most obvious being Kandi's mom, affectionately called Mama Joyce. Joyce Jones was a force to be reckoned with from her first appearance. She never was a fan of Todd and made sure everyone knew it. Mama Joyce spent almost any time on screen belittling Todd and telling Kandi that she could do better. She even took it as far as reciting a popular song with her own spin. Mama Joyce has a way of rubbing a lot of people wrong, from Kandi's friends, her assistant, and Todd's very own mother, of course. In one scene, Joyce is discussing Todd's upbringing with Kandi's aunts, which she does quite often. She tells the women Todd's father was a pimp and his mom was a prostitute. When Kandi hears this, she advises her mother to not repeat this again, making it the first time she ever really stood up to her regarding Todd. But of course, Mama Joyce didn't stop there. Upon meeting Mama Tucker, Joyce started an argument after Sharon expressed that she did not appreciate the way Joyce talked about her son and referred to an instance of setting Todd up. Something about this topic really got to Mama Joyce because she immediately rose to her feet and exclaimed that she has never done anything of that nature. The two women got into a shouting match, with Joyce soon surrounded by family holding her back and Sharon asking to leave the house. The amount of excitement in the meeting could be seen in the entire cast, and Mama Tucker seemed to be the most frazzled as she let it be known that she is not a person who deals in negativity. This hostile meeting was filmed in early 2014, a few months before Burris and Todd tied the knot. The couple got married in front of a worldwide audience in 2014 on Kandi's wedding, of course produced by Bravo. The wedding was set to a Coming to America theme, with elephants included. It was filled with big stars, from the other housewives like Portia Williams and Cynthia Bailey, to singers like Monica, Fantasia, and of course her friend and former group member, Tamika Cottle, who, by the way, in case you didn't know, is Clifford T.I. Harris's wife. It was beautiful, grand, and elegant, a true king and queen experience. Since the intense encounter, Mama Tucker and Mama Joyce both refused to engage with each other at all. Thank goodness they were at least able to get through the wedding and be civil. When asked about the communication of the mothers, Todd and Kandi voiced how they have not spoken and how much it hurts them. Unfortunately, they never had the chance to talk things out, as Mama Tucker died later that year on December 1st. Todd was very hurt, as seen in a post on his Instagram. "I lost my partner, my ride or die, my best friend. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. My heart hurts so much. She was a fighter, a warrior for her son. It was me and her against the world. She's in a better place. Mom, I love you to death. Rest in peace." With Sharon's death being so soon after her tumultuous confrontation with the one and only Joyce Jones, one can't help but think that maybe the stress of what her son was going through, along with her anger about Kandi's mother, took her down an unhealthy path. There were not reports of Todd's mother being sick at that time, so this came as a total shock to the family. At the end of the day, love prevailed, and Kandi and Todd honored his mother and built a strong family. In addition to the one daughter each Kandi and Todd both have from previous relationships, they had IVF to conceive Ace, their son, and a surrogate with their youngest daughter Blaze. Along with the growth of their family, they also grew in business. Xscape and Bravo decided to capitalize off of Kandi's Housewives fame and go on tour, but Kandi would not, stating that disgusting rumors were said about her and she needed a public apology. What could have set Burruss off like this? Let's discuss. So, while doing an interview, Tamika Scott discussed what happened to Xscape because they weren't performing anymore. Tamika went on to say that the group disbanded due to Kandi not only sleeping with the head of the label, Jermaine Dupri, but also sleeping with his father, Michael Malden. Kandi admits she was in a relationship with Dupri, but never allowed it to get in the way of work, and she has never had an inappropriate relationship with Mr. Malden. Tamika did apologize while on stage, and the ladies have been humming right along. They also did a show and toured with Grammy Award-winning SWV. Since then, the Todds have started YouTube channels, developed movies, became restaurateurs, and the list goes on. They have just celebrated their 9th anniversary and seem to still be fighting anything that comes their way together.